just come clean. I know it's hard sometimes because you're thinking about the outcome or what might happen, but think about how much worse it can be if it is that you wait or you prolong. It could be 10 times worse down the line. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aaron Ballantyne and you're watching Life According to Aaron. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about accountability. So a little warning, if you might feel draped up, so just prepare for that. It might happen, you might feel a little bit draped up, alright? But this is how I'm going to start, right? If it is that you yourself can't identify or even acknowledge when you've made a mistake or when you've done something wrong, how can you expect to work on the issues that led to the mistake in the first place? Don't allow your pride to get in the way of your progress. Follow me. You do something wrong, you own up to it, and you make a commitment to correct that behavior so it doesn't happen again. It is that simple, but sometimes we genuinely don't do it. For example, when we do something wrong, right? Like, so for instance, we wrong somebody. In doing something wrong, we wrong someone else. Oftentimes, we meet them with an apology, but the apology has no weight if it is that you apologize just to move things forward, and then in the future or sometime down the road, you repeat the action that warranted the apology in the first place. Essentially, it's an empty apology. It means nothing because your actions don't suggest that you're actually sorry. An apology should be met with a commitment to correct the behavior, an acknowledgement that you actually hurt the person and that you are wrong and you need to make a change yourself. Accountability cannot work if it is that we are unwilling to acknowledge when we have fallen short. At the end of the day, it is us, we are to hold ourselves accountable, and dealing with the consequences which may come is a part of maturity and growing up. For example, again, where you wrong someone, right? If it is that, for example, you've cheated on somebody, right, in a relationship, and you've cheated on somebody, and the person whom you're in a relationship with is not yet aware of what you've done, it is up to you to come clean to the person, right? Regardless of what consequences might reach you because of it. The relationship might end, the person might not trust you anymore, but you did the action, you made the mistake, it is your responsibility to come clean, right? A part of holding yourself accountable is knowing that whatever consequences come because of your actions are just a part of the equation. You do the deed, you have to deal with what comes after. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If you do something, expect something to come of it, right? You cannot expect to hurt somebody. Whatever the mistake you made, you cannot expect to do it, and if it affects someone else, for it to persist and continue to hurt them negatively and for you not to deal with any consequences. That's not rational at all. If you do something that harms someone else or negatively impacts someone else or wrongs someone else, just come clean. I know it's hard sometimes because you're thinking about the outcome or what might happen, but think about how much worse it can be if it is that you wait or you prolong. It could be 10 times worse down the line. So what I would like for you to do right now, based on everything I've said, is take some time to think about you. Look deep in your own self and identify where you're not holding yourself accountable. Are your actions right now where other people are concerned? Are they for them, or are they hurting them but they're just not aware of it yet? Come clean. Is it a case where you are for example, cheating on a diet, and you refuse to come to grips or acknowledge or hold yourself accountable where your health and your dieting practices are concerned? Is it that you're choosing not to face up to it because you know that the consequence could be, for example, if it is that your diet is regulated by someone else, that they're disappointed in you, or you feel like you let someone down, or you feel like you let yourself down, deal with it, because at the end of the day, there's something after the consequence. It's not just action consequence. It is rehabilitation. It's essentially wheel and come again, and you try again. That is the beauty of holding yourself accountable. But you can't do that unless you hold yourself accountable. You cannot wheel and come again unless you get past that, or unless you go through that process, or unless you go through the stages. You do it, or you don't do it in some cases. You deal with the consequences, and then you endeavor to be a better person afterwards. But it only starts when you hold yourself accountable. So take the time, think about whatever in your life you're doing right now that you really shouldn't be doing. You're either hurting someone, you're hurting yourself, but you're yet to come to grips with what it is you're doing. You've yet to move to that stage where, all right, you're ready to accept whatever consequences are to come your way because of what you're doing. Face up to them, because the odds are they could be so much worse later down the line. As a matter of fact, the very fact that you don't even know how bad it could be later down the line should be even more reason for you to want to, for example, confess or hold yourself accountable sooner rather than later. Because the uncertainty could make it so much worse. However long you allow it to prolong for could make it so much worse. So whatever area of your life you can think of right now where you're not holding yourself accountable, or you're making mistakes, or you're just doing things that you really shouldn't be doing, and you have yet to own up to it or fess up to it, whatever it is, act on it right now. You know what it is. If it is that you had that instant thought when I mentioned what it is in your life you're doing or you're not doing, whatever instantly came to mind, act on it now. Make sure that you do the right thing. That's it for this video. If it is that you liked what I said, leave it a like, of course. If it is that you know somebody who definitely needs to hear this, share it with them, please. And as always, if it is that you want to keep getting content like this, if it is that you want it front row center as soon as it drops, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. All right, that's it for the video, and I'll see you in the next one.